Severed heads, chainsaws, demons, rednecks, and the Necronomicon. No, I'm not talking about my high school graduation. Evil Dead 2 Patreon commentary track on this episode of Attack of the Killer Podcast.
Attention planet Earth and beyond. Stay tuned for Attack of the Killer Podcast. 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 Yay!
Hey, y'all, it's episode 210 of Attack of the Killer Podcast. I'm your host, Insane Mike. I should breathe before I talk. Now, usually here at Attack of the Killer Podcast, we pick a topic, we talk about horror movies within that topic, but this time we are doing a commentary track episode. This one is from one of our attackers, Roman Doppelfeld. Roman has been a loyal attacker now for some time and is a very special part of the Attack of the Killer Podcast family. So thanks, Roman, for suggesting this for a commentary track episode. This will be a fun one. And if you also want to become an attacker and tell us what commentary to do, just go to jointheattackers.com. Well, there's a little bit more you got to do once you're there. That's not all you have to do.
It still sounds pretty easy.
It is. It is pretty easy. And there's so much more you can get than just commentary track episodes by becoming an attacker. Like our good friend Roman, he gets lots of cool stuff. So again, go to jointheattackers.com. And now it's time to introduce you to the podcast crew. He's my Bruce Campbell to my Sam Raimi, mostly because I like to stand off camera and hit him with sticks. Jason Bollinger.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
His wife calls it his boomstick. Andy.
Hey, everybody.
There's somebody in my fruit cellar. No, it's just Tad.
Yep, I'm a big fan of fruit.
You are a fruit.
And we have a couple special guests. He is way too pretty to be that damn funny. And the other one is my all-time favorite cinematic pirate from the Lunch Break podcast. You decide who's who. Joey and Landon, everybody.
Yes.
What's up? I'm still trying to figure out who's who.
Me too. I know Joey's not pretty.
I'm upset yet flattered.
Thanks for having us, guys. It's a treat.
Hi. Yep.
Yes, thanks for being on. And the Lunch Break podcast can be heard on our own podcast network called the Prescribed Films Podcast Network. Home now of 22 shows and growing. So, guys, what is the Lunch Break all about?
Joey? Joey, you start and I'll clean up.
Okay, great. So our podcast is it's I don't know, it's kind of we talk movies, of course. We're on your guys' podcast network, but we do a lot of it's more comedy based. We do a lot of improv. We talk about our day. It kind of started where we were working and we would have our lunch together and we said, let's make a podcast people can listen to over lunch. So we talked about what we're eating, we talked about what was going on. We have characters come on. We do songs. This is the month of the song. We're doing songs every episode, hopefully. Landon, go ahead and clean up.
Yeah, so all of that was absolutely wrong. This is a socio-political commentary that we take down the system from within, basically. If you've ever seen the Colbert Report, it's similar to that, where we are just completely aping the
the
hive mind that is. No, Joey's right. We talk about snacks and movies and and try to be funny as much as possible, and usually it almost works.
Woo!
Well, it's a really funny show, and I'm a big fan, and we couldn't think of a couple of better great guys to do a commentary track for Evil Dead 2 with than you guys. You guys will definitely bring the funny. And if you want to hear more of the funny, you can listen to Lunch Break and so many other shows on the Prescribed Films Podcast Network. Just go to thepfpn.com.
Yes.
And now it's time to turn it over to Tad for his segment called What We Watched.
All right. Well, I guess it's my segment and this one's pretty self-explanatory. We go around and we talk about what we've watched since the last time we recorded. I'm going to go ahead and go with Mike first. What did you watch?
Oh man, me? Okay. Well, this is definitely a little shorter than the last time. I didn't get as much done. But I did, Ted, you'll be proud of me. I did finally watch Boiled Angels.
Yeah,
The
what'd you think?
trial of Oh my god. I loved it, but it made me so angry.
Yeah.
And I am never, ever, ever going to Florida. Never. I mean, for those who don't know, and Tad has already talked about it before on the show, but it's an awesome documentary done by Frank Henenlotter, and I was pretty proud because I've seen a couple other Frank Henenlotter's docs, and they feel a little disjointed, like the Herschel Gordon Lewis doc and the that's Sexploitation doc. That one really feels disjointed. I mean, it's all still great stuff and cool topics and a lot of great information, but just kind of all over the place a little bit. This one, it feels a lot more structured, and it just comes off. It's just a really good doc, but it's about this guy who literally got arrested for drawing comics and down there in Florida, and was tried and found guilty for drawing comics. And it just makes me so mad because
You're a comic drawer yourself.
I am. And just a fan of artistic expression in general, and try to encourage that amongst every human being on the planet. I feel like this world would be a better place if we all let out that artistic side of us. And just the prosecutor's arguments in trial just goes against everything from my soapbox. You know, they said that drawing these comics would lead him to be a serial killer. I'm like, really? That is part of the prosecution. And then the other part that really pissed me off is them literally saying that the stuff he was drawing was not considered art. Who's to say that? They have no. Oh my god,
that shit's subjective, man.
Exactly. Oh, so I highly recommend it. It is still free to watch on Prime. It's such a good. It is a great doc and really inspiring too. I feel as a comic artist myself.
Boiled Angels.
Boiled Angels. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then my son and I, we watched Scoob, the new computer animated Scooby-Doo movie. Oh, you did? What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
I did too. You know what I liked about it is that it really feels like this isn't so much just a Scooby-Doo movie as it is them trying to do a Marvel Cinematic Universe with Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie for sure.
Well, I mean, obviously you got Scooby and the gang in there, but you got Blue Falcon and Dynamite, but then Captain Caveman shows up in a scene, and there are, for an old man like myself that grew up on the original Hanna-Barbera cartoons, there are so many Hanna-Barbera references throughout this thing. Stuff like Hong Kong Phooey, Jabberjaw, even Johnny Quest, the Flintstones, all that stuff. There's just like hidden things throughout the whole thing that just reference this. And then a really cool segment during the credits that kind of expands the unit. So I really feel like this movie, taking the most popular characters of the Hanna-Barbera world, Scooby-Doo and the gang, and using them to start what I feel like they're probably going to try to start, I guess depending on how successful this ended up being, a full-on theatrical Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. And that alone for me was just enough for the price of admission. So,
always was a secret squirrel guy myself.
Yeah. I don't think there was any references to Secret Squirrel, but there's like one scene where they're in an arcade at this carnival, and like every arcade machine, every poster on the wall is a reference to another cartoon. Oh, even the main villain in the movie is Dick Dastardly from Wacky Racers. I thought that was awesome too. So yeah, so many freaking references to Hanna-Barbera and really growing and trying to create a universe, and I dig all that. So anyway, I also rewatched Piranha Double D. I haven't watched in a really long time, and it was interesting rewatching it. I forgot how short the movie is. The movie is only 83 minutes, with probably one of the longest closing credit sequences I've ever seen in my life. Like they keep interjecting bloopers during the credit. Like they'll stop the credits, do a couple bloopers, go back to credits, cut to like just some other random thing that they shot, and then go back to credit. I feel like they drug out the credits 10 minutes at least for an 83-minute film. So no, they didn't have much movie here, but you still got some good Piranha goodness. They really lean into the exploitation side of it, and it makes sense when you see the director was John Gulager, the director of Feast, did this. But also I've forgotten like how many people are in this movie. You got David Koechner is in it. Christopher Lloyd comes back. David Hasselhoff, which I think is the funniest part of the whole movie. I love the scene where he's running in slow motion and the Baywatch music is playing and he runs like 5 feet and stops and he tries to catch his breath and he's like, damn, I'm so old. Paul Scheer and Ving Rhames come back reprising their roles. And Ving Rhames has metal legs now, which is hilarious. Gary Busey and of course Clu Gallagher. He has to show up in his son's movie.
Oh yeah,
they're both in it. But then like people that I recognize now that I didn't know back then the first time I saw this, like Danielle Panabaker, who I know from the Flash TV show, Matt Bush, who's a regular on the Goldbergs show that I watch a lot. You got Katrina Bowden, who is from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. So yeah, it was fun, and it's dumb and ridiculous and stupid, like Katrina gets impregnated by one of the piranhas, and some guy has sex with her, and the piranha bites his dick off. So that's the kind of level of entertainment you're dealing with Piranha Double D. But so other than that, just the Joe Bob stuff, and I kind of want to talk about a few of these films, but I want to hear what other people have to say about them. Just last week we saw Exorcist 3 and Deadbeat at Dawn. The week before was Troma's War, and I forgot what the other film was for the week before.
One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, that's right, One Cut of the Dead. But I really want to know everybody's opinions on Deadbeat at Dawn and Troma's War.
Yeah.
But that's what I watched.
Yeah, I will. I mean, we can talk about that now because I watched both of them. I fell asleep right towards the end of Deadbeat at Dawn. Obviously seen One Cut of the Dead, but Troma's War didn't do much for me. While watching it, I just wanted them to get back to Lloyd and Joe Bob talking. Like, I didn't really care about watching the movie. That interview was insane. Yeah, I was like, do I have to watch the movie? Like, every time the movie came on, I would get up to get a snack or go to the bathroom or whatever. Out of all the Troma stuff to pick, I'm not sure why they went with that. But and then I really liked Deadbeat at Dawn. It was getting late and I was falling asleep, so I'm going to go back and finish it. But it was really good and some great insight. It's a pretty deep cut. It's cool I like when I haven't seen what he's showing. Because that's why I loved him when I was growing up, because he showed me movies I hadn't seen before. So
I'm really stoked to know that you liked Deadbeat at Dawn. I've been a fan of that movie back in the day when I got it as a bootleg in the late 80s on VHS, and I've tried to follow the director's career. He's kind of gone off the rails a bit here in his later days. There's a really cool documentary about him. I think it's on YouTube. I can't remember. They riff on the name Deadbeat at Dawn, but I can't remember the actual title. But I've always been a big fan of this movie, and I hadn't seen it in a while. So getting to see it with Joe Bob was awesome. Just made me fall in love with the movie all over again. I just love that do-it-yourself aesthetic. Bad camera work, the camera work wasn't bad, but bad film stock, and terrible sound. But just like, he put his heart and soul into that film, and like Joe Bob said, those fight scenes just felt so real,
right,
and so brutal.
Like that reminded me of like when I first watched James Gunn's Super, because you're just so used to superhero movies with the fight scenes being so unrealistic, and when you saw Super and he's just hitting people over the head with pipes, and is like, oh shit, took you back. So sort of like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's something as simple as like, you would see in some other maybe like more Hollywoody gang film when he gets knifed to the face and it would just be healed in the next scene. Like they show him in incredible pain throughout this movie with that slice to the face. Just things like that.
Right.
The guy getting his fingers blown off or whatever. Just feels so much more painful and real. I have the DVD of this movie. I can't remember who put out the DVD version. So it's awesome because it's also got a couple of his short films on there. And but I love it because it's literally, I'm going to call it the worst director's commentary track in the history of DVD commentary tracks. Because it's him and one of the other actors. And there are moments in the movie that obviously the other actor wasn't there for very long during the recording. They would loop over and over and over and over and over again 2 or 3 lines that this other actor said throughout the commentary track. Like
Wow.
literally would just loop those lines that he had said.
Damn.
It's ridiculously bad. Anyway, yeah.
Almost as bad as the one we're about to record. All right, Jason, get it over with. What did you watch?
Well, you might think it was a long weekend, a long couple weeks there, and I think my total was around 20 films, but I am only going to talk about 5 horror films that I watched, and I'll just work backwards from what we watched them. Tina and I watched Villains from 2019. You guys see that?
Yeah, it was on my list from last year for like best of.
Yeah, it was really
wasn't my top 10, but it was one I watched. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, from the trailers and then the kind of the description about just these couple of kids are on the run. They break into a house, and then they're kind of the ones that are not in charge anymore, and trying to get out of the situation. And it seemed like it was going to be darker, but Bill
Had some humor.
Skarsgård. Yeah, there was a lot more humor, and it was more fun, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty good, and it also had Micah Monroe from It Follows. So it's nice to see her doing something.
She was in Independence Day too. Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't like it either. I'm just saying she was in it.
That's good. I'm glad she's working and got a paycheck for that one. But yeah, it's really fun, pretty fun movie, and it's on Hulu. Then we also watched. It's not really horror. It's it's the TH word we don't talk about. This is from
thriller.
It's a comedy thriller, I guess, is what their description of it is, and it's called The Oath. And it's written and directed by a comedian actor, Ike Barinholtz.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He stars in it too. And Tiffany Haddish is his wife. John Cho's in it. Carrie Brownstein's in it from Portlandia, and
Slater Kenny,
of course. And it's just kind of, he's just kind of like this high-strung news junkie, and they're kind of doing it's kind of like a tame-ish similar thing to The Purge, where they're all having to kind of sign this oath that their president is, and so it's very politically driven, and it's kind of satirical about things, and it's great, and he's really funny, but at the same time, this movie was intense as fuck, just the way it played out, and I just trying, and it all happens over Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, and they got family coming, and it's like when you and your family disagree with politics and how you make that work, and so it was very funny, it was very tense, but it was also bloody and kind of gory too. So it had a very I don't know if it's horror.
Very thrilling.
Yeah, it was thrilling, Tad. But I'll move on to a straight up fucking horror. 2019, also on Hulu, as the rest of these. The Lodge.
It's on my list.
Yeah, man.
I need to see it.
Gosh. Yeah, it's I sadly made it so that Mike probably won't watch it. I think I said something like
slow burn.
Thriller.
It's a slow burn. But yeah, this family goes away to a remote winter cabin over the holidays, and the mom had just passed, and the dad's bringing the new girlfriend, and then suddenly the dad has to leave for work, so these two children are left there with this new girl, and oh my gosh, it's just totally amazing and intense. Alicia Silverstone's in it. These kids, I don't know how to just I don't know what they've been in, but and then I'm told I should have looked up who these the directors, what else they did. I forgot what it was already. The Veronica Franz and Severin Fiala. They did something really awesome recently. I'm not going to type it. Look it up. But it's yeah, but it came off. Yeah, it's a little slow.
Goodnight Mommy.
That's what it was. Goodnight Mommy. Dang it. Yeah, Goodnight Mommy. So it's a similar slow burny, atmospheric winter, but it's freaky and it's sad and it's crazy, and the way it plays out, it's awesome. And it's also a Hammer film production, which is
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
no one told me
Ended up putting it out.
Alicia Silverstone was in it, so now it's jumped to the front of my list.
See, that's
Yeah,
and
I saw
she's
her in the trailer. Actually, I'm like, oh wow.
I've avoided the trailer even because I'm like everybody's hyping it, so I'm just like I'm just gonna watch it without watching
You
the
should.
trailer.
Yeah, just watch it. Just just know that it's slow and good. And it's really great. I loved it. Then we also watched gosh, they call it a drama Digging for Fire from 2015. I had no idea this movie existed. It's one of Tina's gifts where she can just pick a movie and just go without thinking about it. I don't know how she does it. It's basically this husband and wife. They kind of stay at a friend's place for a summer while they do some work, and so it's not their residence. But then the guy is kind of fucking around out in the yard, and he accidentally digs up a bone in a rusty gun, and then the guy, then the wife and the kid, they leave for the weekend to go do something, and he's left there, and he throws a party with all his friends, and it has everybody in it. Jake Johnson is the main guy, but Brie Larson's in it, Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Orlando Bloom, Mike Birbiglia is fucking hilarious in it, Sam
Yeah.
Elliott.
Well, Joe
That's a hell of a party.
Swanberg. Yeah, Joe Swanberg always gets these big names in his little weird indie movies somehow.
Ron
think-
Livingston.
I say Jake Johnson wrote it too.
Yep. And the secret, just out of nowhere, which was amazing to see, Judith Light. Haven't seen her
Whoa,
forever.
that's
So
awesome.
she's in a little scene too.
Man, who's the boss?
So, oh my god. So yeah, so it's a fun little th word type of movie where, so when the boys are there and causing havoc, they decide to all get together and dig up the yard and see what's in it, and then hijinks ensue, and pretty good.
Yeah, we played that one at the Capitol, like first run when it first came out.
I had no idea about it.
Pretty
It was
good.
pretty dang entertaining.
They actually paid us to play it.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
nice thing. And then lastly, on Shudder, don't forget to go to Shudder and use the code AOTKP. Get a free month of Shudder on us. New on there, Blood Quantum. It's a
Is that new zombie film they've been pitching?
That's awesome.
Yep, but it's so cool though. Like, I mean, okay, so
The trailer looks cool.
So sure, it's a zombie movie, and it is what zombie movies are. There is no happy ending. Shit goes wrong. The people are usually worse than the zombies. All your normal stuff. But the two main things that set zombie movies apart nowadays, since there's so many of them, are one, the kind of the twist. Like the lore of it. And what's cool with this story is that this the Red Crow Indian community are immune. So these Native Americans are immune to this disease. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. That just this one small sect of people. So and that's what is cool and I liked about the movie is that it's a Native American based movie. It's just something you don't get a lot of.
And the
And then
gore,
the
gore in it is off the chain good. It's
fucking
really
is.
good.
Several times I had to yell at the TV like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
And then, the other thing that you just have to love about zombie movies is the outbreak. Watching the outbreak happen in real time and kind of get that feeling of ground zero and how it's spreading. And it had a really great intro. I mean, the way it came into it and gave the hints of what's happening and with the fish.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
neat. It was it was not a traditional, it was just a nice new way to get the same old story to me, I guess. And I think it holds a lot of social commentary too, which is, I'll leave it for y'all to. It's easy to see, but
I recommend it too.
yeah, it was really great. And then it's not horror at all, but we finished off The Last Dance. Holy shit, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Documentary series, Michael Jordan. Sorry, that's me. That's what I watched.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing. And it wasn't that excruciating. So
I hope not.
I will go ahead and call out Joey. What did you watch recently?
Ooh, okay, let's go. All right, this is my big chance, everybody. Me. Okay. Well, speaking of, you were talking about Troma's War. I recently watched. We kind of brought this up on our podcast, but I finally watched the Toxic Avenger for the first time. I'd never seen that.
Awesome.
I didn't realize how insane. I thought it was more like. I kind of always thought it was more of a. I didn't think it was going to be that violent or dark.
Yeah, it had like a Saturday morning cartoon, so it's like
That could be.
I've kind of looked back at it as kind of one of those like crazy 80s movies that like got its own cartoon and stuff. And I watched it. I was like, holy shit, this is pretty dark. So that was fun. And then I also watched, because the new Candyman movie's coming out. I watched the original Candyman the other night. And that movie is, as my kids would say, if I had any kids, that movie is very woke for being this early 90s movie. It's very, very prescient. But yeah.
Can you imagine what Jordan Peele's going to do with it?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Start a little.
It'll probably be. I didn't find this one necessarily scary. It is kind of one of those like dreamy type of movies, like a Friday or no, not Friday the 13th. That's of course Jason Voorhees, but like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of dreamy type of structure. But I think the new one could be pretty scary if they, knowing what he's done with his last couple of films. So. But yeah, that was an interesting one to watch. What else do I got here? I also watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
Watched a lot of weird stuff this week.
Yeah, it's not weird on this podcast.
Yeah, that's. I was like, I can't wait to talk to someone about this. But yeah, another weird one. I'm sure it's been brought up here before, but that's weird. It was good though. It's a fun film to watch with those cotton candy cocoons. That's all I got.
Nice.
We actually we did a Killer Clowns Netflix party a few weeks back, and somehow one of the special effects supervisors got into our Netflix party, and we probably ruined our reputation because we were asking him. We were making clown cum jokes, and
sure, why not?
Yeah, and I think he was totally weirded out, but we had fun, so that's all that matters.
Right.
Cool, because he gave us a lot of insider info on a lot of things. It was neat.
Right, and then we replied with really immature, dumb shit.
Very immature.
Talking about that. Yeah. Get it?
But it was totally cool about it. He was.
Yeah, he added me on Facebook later, so he doesn't completely hate me.
Yeah,
He loves the double C talk. That's clown cum.
Well, and this would be the K because they spell it.
Oh God,
Joey.
So it would be Killer Clown Cum from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Okay. See. Yeah.
Well, you could do all of them with a K. Joey, why don't you tell us what that one would be?
Okay. And guys, I think I got to go outside for a moment.
Mr. Candyman.
Okay, Landon, what have you watched recently?
All right, guys, hold on to your freaking butts. Remember that? I watched
From what?
Jurassic World.
Yes.
Hold the Dark. You guys seen this? It's on Netflix. Jeffrey Wright plays a sort of I don't know, a guy that loves nature, and he's an author, and he's summoned to Alaska to track down a wolf pack that supposedly killed a child. And boy, oh boy, does he find out that is not exactly what happened. And
Interesting.
it becomes something of a, in my mind anyway, it plays on a lot of tropes of horror films, but it's not necessarily a horror picture per se. But it kind of becomes like almost like a Michael Myers situation where a guy with a mask kind of goes around killing people in different ways. And it was really good. And it's the director that did Green Room, which it was not nearly as visceral and intense as Green Room, but
Not much is.
right,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that's hard to beat, man.
yeah. But it was still it was pretty good. It has stuck with me thinking about some of the more layered, nuanced themes that it was working with. But other than that, I haven't really watched much horror. I kind of go in modes where I'm super into horror for a while, and then I'm into these sort of detective stories. And I thought that this was going to be a detective story, but it was not. But that's all I got.
No, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen that. And Jeremy Saulnier is one of my favorite directors, and for some reason, I haven't got to that one.
Yeah, no, it's super good.
I've definitely got to check that one out. I guess that leaves you, Andy. What have you watched on Laserdisc or VHS?
I knew I was going to get format shamed. Let's see here. But I was wondering if I could ask Jason. Can you tell me what the name of that movie that Angela was in? From Who's the Boss? That's my Tony Danza. That's the celebrity one for today.
Right. Yes.
Love it.
Let's see. I watched. I actually, since I've seen The Creature from the Black Lagoon, I ended up getting the whole trilogy, and then I ended up watching The Creature Walks Among Us and the Revenge of the Creature, which oddly enough, in Revenge of the Creature, Clint Eastwood is actually in this damn movie.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
plays, he's got like a rat in his pocket for some damn reason. I don't know. But the thing that blew me away about this movie, and as my wife and I were watching it, the female lead, she's got like this German Shepherd, and the damn's dog. I swear to God, the dog's name is like Chris. Dog's name's Chris. Okay. I could understand Rex or or
Christ.
Tad. Yeah. Chris Kringle. But yeah, I also watched two versions of Helter Skelter. Actually,
Of course,
I watched the one on DVD, which was like apparently the one that was made for television, and then I watched the one on Key Video, which is on VHS. Kiss my ass, before you say. but here's the difference. The one on VHS that Key Video put out is actually
Looks
better.
like shit, right? Okay.
No, but the quality wasn't better, but the dialogue was better, because like in one where Charlie is saying it's not nice to snitch, shorty, and like the television version he says horse manure, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then on the Key Video one he says go fuck yourself, Charlie, and I'm just like, okay, this is starting to get a little bit better. So this is why I collect. I also watched because I purchased it because I like things on multiple formats. I actually watched Popcorn
Yay.
again on laser. I watched it on Laserdisc actually, so
Of
I
course
now
you
own
did.
Popcorn on Laserdisc. I rewatched VFW on 4K this time, and I still fucking love that movie.
4K, huh?
Yep.
Jumping all over the place.
I know.
I watched Sea Fever, which I enjoyed that. It's basically
Was that
kind of
the
like
flip book version?
it was actually the pop-up book. But no, this was on Blu-ray. God, you guys are dicks.
I'm just jealous because I don't have a Laserdisc player. So
Well, I
Yeah,
couldn't
you saw
watch it on. It was only because I couldn't watch it on CED,
Right.
or 8mm.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed Sea Fever. It reminded me a little. It's basically cabin fever on water, or It Comes at Night. But I enjoyed this film a lot better than the ones I just mentioned because they're in the middle of the goddamn ocean. The stakes are much much higher. Dang, what else did I watch? Yeah, Guns Akimbo. I'm gonna watch again because I got the Blu-ray to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two films, and uh, I went against my better judgment and took Tad's advice, and I'm kind of glad I did. And yeah, those two films are really really good, and Sea Fever was good too. But yeah, I definitely recommend out of all of those, I'd recommend VFW at the top of the list, and then probably Guns Akimbo second, and then Sea Fever third. And I mean, you don't have to watch any of the damn creature movies, but you should probably
And then
watch.
Helter Skelter on VHS.
Well, yeah, Helter Skelter on VHS because the DVD version is like the watered down kiddie version. It's still good, but yeah, I just discovered that I'm just like, whoa, this is like totally different. But yeah, the Steve Railsback version is the one you got to watch. Don't watch like the remake they did in like 2004, which it's basically the same film, but Steve Railsback as Charles Manson is definitely like a lot creepier. Oh, and sorry, me and the wife also watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as well, and
Yay.
that movie is awesome.
It's a little tiny Charles Manson there.
Yeah.
Not size wise, but like you don't get much in the movie. Not
Well,
like
Charlie
a
was
mini version.
well, Charlie was just like a mini person in general, dude. I mean, he was just a very prolific mind fucker. He was just a very tiny man.
Yes.
He was
If,
like a
if
little.
you want to get sort of a funny look at Charles Manson, I guess if you could say funny look, but there's this really shitty made for TV Beach Boys movie that's really hard to find, but if you really want it, I have it in HD. And it was like the Beach Boys, an American Family or something. And they have a section where Dennis, their drummer, Dennis Wilson, and he had Charlie lived at his house for a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in that movie, and the movie is so corny and poorly acted and just really weird. And it's almost so bad it's good. But there's that when it comes to that scene, it just gets really serious and really creepy. And the guy they got to play Charlie is very spot on. And there's a scene where like Dennis is walking up to his own house and he looks through the window and Charlie has all the girls in his living room and he looks out the window and sees Dennis through the window and just stares him down with his Charles Manson eyes, and it's so weird and creepy. But the rest of the movie sort of sucks. But that one scene is awesome.
That always works. I mean, yeah, he was very much he was like a hippie Napoleon. That's the best way that I can put it. But only his warfare was like all mental, and
Yeah.
combined with LSD, that usually helps.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, someone asked me what I watched.
Tad, what have you been watching?
Oh man, I finally caught up and pulled the trigger, I guess you'd say, and watched Haunting of Hill House, because I watched the first episode when the series dropped. I watched the first episode, and I just never got back into it because I'm not big on series. They take up a lot of time. I can watch 10 movies in the time I can watch a series, but I've been telling myself I'm going to get to this one because I know somebody in the second season, and I know they don't connect. As far as I know, they don't connect, but I figured I better get this first season watched before the second one drops, and then I'm forced to binge. So I watched all that, loved it. Once I started watching it, it rolled out real quick, and I finished it over the weekend. Also finished Netflix new series Hollywood, which has Samara Weaving and all kinds of great actors. It's done by the same people who did American Horror Story, but it's a short, limited series about. It's sort of fantasy version of a Hollywood story. Not really horror in any way, but it's fantastic, and I recommend it. I didn't watch a lot of horror. I've been watching Joe Bob, and I watched Haunting of Hill House, but I also watched a horror comedy called Extraordinary with Will Forte. I don't know if anyone's seen this yet.
No.
Oh no, I've seen the poster and trailer, but
It's pretty fucking hilarious. Will Forte plays like a washed up 70s musician that had one big hit. And so he's trying to become famous again. He'll do anything. So he ends up basically making a pact with Satan. So he has to sacrifice a virgin, and it happens to go after the daughter. It's a thing. He goes after this young virgin, and it's hilarious, as you can imagine. Will Forte being him in general as the lead is very good. I won't spoil anything else for it, but it's I highly recommend that. Check
What was
it
that
out.
called?
Extraordinary.
Okay.
oh man, Will Forte is, in my opinion, one of the funniest dudes on the planet.
Oh yeah, and I thought is sort of weird because this is a little indie horror comedy that I think was straight to VOD, and he doesn't really he's not really the lead. He's not really a big character in the movie. It's mostly this couple. This girl, her dad was a paranormal investigator, and he died when she was a little girl, and so she's trying to live up to his standards, and she's doing that as a job now. And this single dad, his daughter becomes possessed. He doesn't know why. Calls her. Of course, they end up falling in love. But the story is that his daughter's actually being summoned by Will Forte's character, who's trying to get her sacrificed for his sake of his own music career. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, and then I watched a bunch of I watched Showgirls again because that was on at 3 a.m. on Stars, and when you wake up and Elizabeth Berkley's naked on your TV, you don't turn it off, right? Watched The Lovebirds, a new Netflix comedy that with Camille Nanjiani. Does
I
pretty
saw
good
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think Andy probably watched it too because I saw Danielle post about it.
Yeah, I watched it with her. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, I watched the new Happy Madison movie with Lauren Lapkus, The Wrong Missy. It was pretty dumb, just as you think, but it passed the time. And then I guess the only other horror adjacent thing I watched was on Shudder, was the new sort of series. I'm not sure why they broke this movie up into 3 episodes. There was really no reason. They should have just played it as a movie, but it's being called like a space rock opera by Carpenter Brute. The band Carpenter Brute is called Blood Machines. And it's sort of a mixture of, I would say, like Blade Runner and Metropolis, but it's obviously not up to those standards quality-wise, but it's just a big special effects music video that's about an hour long, and it's awesome. If you like electronic music and Carpenter Brute and synthesizers, they did the whole score. It's basically a sequel to their music video they did a couple years ago that was really popular and sort of got them, broke them out. So this is supposed to be the sequel to that. There's really not a whole lot of story to it, but it's visually awesome and the music's great, and it goes by real quick because it's like 3 20-minute episodes. So check it out on Shudder. Use the promo code AOTKP. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Yeah, so speaking of Shudder, that is our sponsor of our show, Shudder. It's the Netflix of horror, and you can get a month, like Tad said, get a month of it for free on us by using our promo code AOTKP. That's right, AOTKP will get you the first month of Shudder for free, so do it. And now, hey, guess what, guys? We're gonna play some Insane's games. That's right. It's time for Insane's Games. And this game that we're going to play this time, you guys, is horror filmography. What we're going to do is we're going to go in a particular order of my choosing, and you have to name a horror movie that this particular actor is in. You're going to have 3 seconds to answer. You cannot, if you repeat a previous answer, or you say a wrong answer, or if you pause too long thinking of your answer, you are eliminated. So the last man standing will be the winner.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. So the actor for this game of horror filmography, this may take a while. Robert Englund. Okay, so we'll probably go really rapid here for at least 6, 7 movies, something like that. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start with Joey, Robert Englund.
Okay, here we go. I kind of screwed this up before. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, good. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Landon, you're next.
Oh boy, let me narrow it down. A Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Piece of shit.
You stole mine.
All right, Tad, you're up.
Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Look at him, not going for the
Okay.
obvious. Okay, Andy.
Hatchet.
Ooh, very good. Hatchet. Jason.
Dream Warriors.
So-
Elm Street 3.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Very good. Joey.
Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Kid or whatever. I mean, it's the fourth one.
I mean, come on.
I'll let you have it. It's Dream Master, but that's okay.
Okay.
Landon.
Number 5. Sweet dreams are made of these.
That one's the Dream Child. Anyway, Tad.
The Mangler.
I love it. Okay, Andy.
Zombie strippers.
Oh, good one. Good one. Jason.
Let's go with Freddy's Dead.
Sweet. Little Freddy's Dead, so that's technically Nightmare 6.
Mhm.
Okay, back to you, Joey.
This is a 2001 Maniacs, if you've seen that.
Oh, that's what I was going to go for.
yes. Okay, Landon.
2002 Maniacs.
No, that
Our
is
first elimination.
so our
Son
first
of a-
elimination.
God.
Okay, Tad.
Freddy versus Jason.
All right, cool. Andy.
Wishmaster.
Yes, very good. Wishmaster. Jason.
We're going with A New Nightmare.
Very cool. New Nightmare. Have we gotten through all the Nightmare movies yet? I think we have.
Yeah.
Joey.
Freddy's even newer and shinier Nightmare.
That one is in development, so
Okay,
that
well.
doesn't count. So you're out. Okay.
All right.
So now we're back to Tad.
Wasn't he in Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer?
Yes.
Oh.
Cool. Andy.
Let's see. Do pilots and TV series count?
Just movies.
Just
I'm
movies.
checking
Toby Hooper's Night Terrors.
We're checking the judges. Judges checking.
Yep, it counts.
Yes.
Okay, Jason.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yes. The very 80s version of Phantom of the Opera.
Love it.
Okay, back to Tad.
Urban Legend.
Damn it, that was going to be.
Yes.
You suck.
Okay, Andy.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the dirty rat bastard son of a bitch.
Okay,
That one?
Andy is out. Jason.
Fucking. Oh, God. Don't start the clock. Damn it.
Movies with Robert Englund.
Robert Englund.
You know, he's probably one of your favorite horror actors, right? I mean, you have a picture of yourself with
was
him.
V a movie?
That's what I was
TV
going to
movie.
say. That's a TV show.
Yeah, TV.
Fuck balls.
And you're out.
Damn it.
So Tad's the winner.
He always wins.
Good job,
It's 2
Tad.
weeks in a row.
Good,
I was
because I
gonna
was
say
out.
Freddy
I was
You're
like,
out too.
I have no fucking idea.
I was going to say Freddy's
on.
Nightmares, but that doesn't. That's
Was he
a
in-
TV show.
Wasn't he in that D. Snyder movie?
Strangeland, very
Son
good.
of a
Yes,
bitch.
that
That's
one would have
right.
counted.
That's right. Dang it.
Strangeland. He was also he was in some decent horror films pre-Freddy. Eaten Alive, where Quentin Tarantino stole the line, "My name is Buck, and I like to fuck." Robert Englund was the first to say that. He was also in Dead and Buried, Galaxy of Terror. One of my favorites in his filmography, because it almost shouldn't count, but I guess it does. He is technically in Chud 2, Bud the Chud. During a big, wide montage scene of kids trick-or-treating, he's walking down the street with his dog, and that's it. But it's Robert Englund. There was the movie Python.
No one saw that one.
Oh, I remember that one. Those are, and there's a crap ton more, but those are probably, in my opinion. I imagine John Stalter is at home screaming right now. Funhouse Massacre.
God damn it. I knew there was one fucking somewhat new.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
I'm so mad.
So that was a fun game.
Yeah,
Yay.
real fun.
And Tad, you win absolutely nothing.
I'm looking forward to the new and shinier Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. I've got an iPad, bitch. Oh, okay.
Is that an upgrade from his Power Glove? You know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Don't forget the Power Glove.
That's good.
Ooh, ha, ha, he.
Oh my goodness.
So, without any further ado, I think we've stalled long enough. It is time to do the commentary track, but first, let's take a listen to the trailer for Evil Dead 2.
Scary.
Did they say Eric Estrada?
4 years ago, in this quiet forest, in this cozy cabin, something happened. Something so frightening. Something so deadly. Something so evil. We prayed it would never happen again. Now, from the creator of Evil Dead comes Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn.
Evil Dead 2, ladies and gentlemen, commentary track coming up. Just real quick, listening to that trailer, there's a moment where, like, you know, whatever that is, the Deadites, the point of, yeah, there's,
Right.
it sounds like, you know, Angus
Angus.
Scrimm saying, boy. from Phantasm. Okay, so folks at home, if you're going to watch or if you're going to listen to this along with the movie,
As you should.
we have it queued up on just the like a half a second black screen right before the Rosebud logo pops up. So I'll give everybody a chance at home to queue up their movie.
They can pause it while they do that.
Oh, okay. Well, great. So then let's get going. I'm going to count down from 5. So 5, 4, 3. I should say I'm going to count down from 5 and then say play. And then that is your cue to hit play.
So on play, we're going to press play.
On play, press play. Okay.
After you say play or when you say play?
When I say play, you hit play.
We start back at 5.
So we're going to start at 5 again. Okay. And
What about
5,
kid?
4. Oh, kid and play. I get it. Yes. What have they been up to?
I'm only kidding.
Anyway, so
I'm only
5,
playing.
4. Here we go. Seriously. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Rosebud.
Yellow.
Are we going to find out that the flower was tied to the psyche of this guy the whole time?
Yes.
Rosebud.
It's Deadites like the vape.
Need some lotion.
It's a gang vape.
Mine's in 3D.
It's just a filter.
Fruit punch.
Not fooling anybody.
Inked in fruit punch. Bound in, well,
yeah.
cushy stuff.
Some of those guys were pretty thick.
Hell yeah.
Did you see that freaking ass on that?
Humana.
These demons are horny.
Evil Dead, I.
Joey?
ED. Erectile.
You're your pirate, Joey. Come on.
Jesus. Ashes all over the goddamn road.
This was the first Evil Dead that I saw.
That is
Saw
a
this
helmet of hair on that lady.
It's the 80s. I saw them in order. I saw 1, then 2, then obviously Army of Darkness.
Is that how they go?
No.
He had, because he's still mad they didn't number Army of Darkness as part 3.
Kind of.
Eh,
I never
Ash
understood
doing
when
his-
he went back to the cabin.
Right.
well, he wanted
Yeah,
to play that
that's-
piano. Isn't it obvious?
That's a whole debate on whether this actually takes place after the second one, or are we recapping the first one? What are we doing here?
I always heard it as an unsequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like remaking the first movie and then continuing on. And the reason being is because they didn't have the rights to the first film to show scenes as for a recap of the first movie, so they just fucking refilmed it.
All I know is he got an upgrade on his lady. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Spaceball style helmet of hair.
That's what it looked
Make
like.
way for Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
We're about to see his Schwartz.
I think
always
this
have-
movie began filming on my actual birthday. The day I was born, they started filming this.
Aw.
I knew it.
That bookshelf is fucking history. That thing is going to be toast.
Yeah, if we learned anything from the first movie, bookshelves
Yeah.
don't survive.
Yeah.
in the
As
Evil Dead
Chekhov
franchise.
said, if you have a bookshelf, a floating bookshelf on the wall, by the third act, it should be smashed.
And so
Your
speaking of the
girlfriend's getting-
Lindas, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, his girlfriend's getting naked and he wants to listen to a reel to reel.
I thought of all people here, you could appreciate that.
Well, he's listening to
Yeah.
a podcast.
Oh, that's what it is.
And he just now noticed that reel to reel was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anybody know who played the Linda in Army of Darkness?
Robert Englund.
Yes.
The game's over. We lost.
Yes.
Bridget Fonda.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And I wish they would have kept making more movies and then always doing a recap of the first movie with a different Linda each time.
Who would you cast then on the next one?
Robert Englund.
Yep. That's pretty obvious.
Of course. Jesus Christ.
Vincent Price.
There you go.
Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, man.
You think that book would smell pretty bad?
Yeah.
My flesh book smells fine.
Mine smells like Car Noir. I don't know.
Is that next to your fleshlight?
Yeah.
It's the instruction manual.
Oh, exactly. Your flesh book.
Oh,
Gotta have your flesh book. You just go
How
with your
quickly
fleshlight.
this one devolved as well.
Christ,
Isn't this
man.
how Andy listens to our podcast, Reel to Reel?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I had it converted into hieroglyphics, Dick.
Oh, man.
Why are the woods always on fire in these movies?
We're hotboxing.
Where'd you put the dry ice? Oh my God, it's everywhere. Never mind. Yeah, maybe she's in this tree. Oh, well, no, not there.
This tree.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
So he's
Winter
never
formal
seen her with
stuff.
makeup off before.
Yeah.
Strike. Working in the
Gets-
coal. Oh, okay.
I was gonna say there's an unusual amount of coal in this forest.
That's why it's on fire.
That explains it.
Exactly. They're in Centralia, Pennsylvania. Or, the whole town.
Oh, shit.
You know what? I never knew of that town before until Brandy told me about it.
It's kinda cool,
and she
really.
showed me- yeah, it's insane.
I learned about it maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, well, probably less than a month ago. for
Sorry,
me.
I can't hear you over my ATV.
Yeah. I like how one door it opened, one door it pushed down, and one door it went through.
The
The guy-
Deadites 8 doors.
I was gonna say it got progressively more in a hurry as through each door.
When Deadites close one door, they open another.
Psalm 115.
It's the deepest damn puddle I've ever seen. It's almost a lake.
And fire.
Chocolate milk.
It's gone bad.
It's-
He's
How
got
does he
some
have so much
powerful-
air?
I was gonna say he's got some damn powerful nostrils.
I still think this makeup is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm hungover. Goddamn! Sun out of my fucking eyes.
I'd comment on the contacts, but you fuckers were making fun of me on the Netflix party that we did of the first Evil Dead when I talked about the contacts.
Well, I'm going to make fun of you regardless, so you might as well say it.
yeah, that's a good point.
No. Not gonna.
I'm so glad that
There are
but
points in my life that I have been that hungover. Ah!
I'm yelling at the sky. No, just a clear progression of Bruce Campbell just getting loose and just embracing, just becoming a better actor. You can just see it from the first one to this one. Such an amazing and awesome leap. I'm so glad that he had this to learn to let loose in. And
Yeah.
Well, same as
Amazing and
Sam
awesome
Raimi.
fall.
that's true. Sam too shows it.
They learned
Yeah.
a lot about what not to do in the first movie.
I can't wait for Bubba Hotep. He's looking into his future right now.
Yep.
My future.
You know what year it is, Landon?
I was
For that
obviously
movie to
putting
come
on
out.
a Bruce Campbell sort of
I
inflection.
don't
was
want to hear it. Watch the movie.
Okay.
So I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but Joey and Landon are also filmmakers and damn good ones.
Hey.
I just was going to ask, like I was
Like you
mean.
insulted them.
I
when
know.
you-
Hey.
Well, fuck you.
I was just going to ask if you guys use the camera strapped to a 2x4 move yet.
See, this is where it gets confusing with me because it looks like they pushed him like a mile into the forest and then he fell and now he's like right back where he's like right in front of the cabin.
That's these fucking woods, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they spray painted the side of his face, but
Yeah.
or is that his hair color is running?
And he had time to go to the he had a time to go to the spa apparently. He's had a mud bath. He's his skin
So-
looks great.
Continuity isn't the best in this movie, okay?
Okay. Now I'm scared.
Mirror, mirror on the cabin.
The cabin was giving him undress me eyes.
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror in the Yes.
Fuck yes.
Oh, when that car's still on.
Sam's mom's Delta 88, I believe.
I was reading how I was trying to figure out if he's incorporated it into every movie, and there's parts like in like the Oz movie where he literally took it apart and put like the pieces in the movie just to say he could say he had it in the movie.
That's awesome. Because I think does it show up in Quick and the Dead? I mean, like a piece of it show up in Quick and the Dead?
They used the chassis in a wagon.
Oh my
Oh,
god! That's
wow.
awesome.
They had to like pay someone a shit ton of money to take it all apart, disassemble it, and they used it like the body for a wagon.
That
That's
is
awesome.
awesome.
What a waste of resources, huh?
No, it's great.
It kind of shocks me that Andy hasn't owned a Delta 88 at some point.
I used to have a 72 Chevy Impala, so that's probably about the closest thing. Which it was a 4-door hardtop, similar to this. And it had like vinyl top, so it wasn't banana yellow, it was like a forest green. It was pretty cool actually.
And
And it
Linda
had-
was giving him a hard top. Go ahead. Keep going.
It had an AM radio, which I had installed into my 2007 Grand Prix because I just like old things so much, guys.
Is there a Laserdisc player in there?
Actually, no, but I listen to vinyl in my
Okay.
car.
I love this song.
It went straight from day to night.
Yeah, it did. Or it's just near the cabin. Proximity effect.
Yeah, like
Fuck these doors.
yeah,
I thought that one was already broke.
I know.
like Ash hates furniture.
Just as much as
The Deadites just absolutely cannot stand doors. Do not close the door.
So,
That's the most elaborate cabin.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's in this scene somewhere. I'm
You can
trying
see
to-
the ceiling.
where you could see the open ceiling.
Yeah. I love how it gets confused here. Like he tricked evil, and it's like, well, I'm out of here.
I like how the noise sounded disappointed too. It was like, "Rrrr."
Mwah, mwah.
try again tomorrow.
okay, we get it. It left.
He hid in the open ceiling, and that's where he is.
Yeah.
He's up in the rafters.
Eh.
What a snowflake.
Yeah. Huntley Air.
I like how they tie the sweater around her neck and give her like a scarf to make sure we know that she's smart.
Yeah.
She's
Two neck
sophisticated.
Yeah, but
Tarzan.
every guy that did that in the 80s, you automatically knew he was a dick when he tied his sweater around him, his neck. It's like, yep, that guy's a dick.
Nice pickup line. You haven't aged in 3,000 years.
I do like Will Forte in this role, though.
I was almost going to say
He's got MacGruber members only
MacGruber,
jacket on.
You can see it if you look closely. There's a little piece of celery sticking up from somewhere.
Did anybody notice like the 1950s DC cab taxi that was behind them?
Oh, yeah.
Over to lose it.
gas spec ratio was off.
Yeah. As filmmakers, we do like to stretch our film. as
Yeah,
we're
we do.
filming.
Not ever.
That's just
Really?
how Ash sees things.
It might be.
He needs glasses.
Yeah.
I love how Ash has just kind of got like the Ernest P. Worrell, wardrobe like through every single one of these movies. It's always the same generic. Well, I guess it takes in the
shirt.
linear fashion. Blue shirt, brown pants.
Slacks. Dad boots.
He holds on to that shirt too through the whole franchise because it wasn't like by the end of Army Darkness, it's like 3 strips of cloth.
Even Ash vs. Evil Dead, he's wearing the same outfit.
True.
Most of it. I mean, not when he's, playing more of Bruce than he is Ash, but
Yeah.
It's become a uniform.
He's a cartoon. He's SpongeBob. He opens his closet and it's all blue shirts, brown pants.
And he goes,
Okay, Joey, do your 5 minutes of SpongeBob.
Does he have his crab? Does that mean Ash has like a Krabby Patty,
Yes.
Yes.
uniform?
got a spatula. Okay. So he was not actually playing the piano at the beginning.
This was a player piano the whole time. He was tricking.
Gotcha.
He was getting his Liberace on.
So he deserves all this, is what you're saying, for lying to his girlfriend about the piano.
Exactly.
I love I'm sorry, but I have to rag on like the blood marks on his face. They literally look like they just put dried ketchup on the side of his, that's Heinz.
I think it's Hunt's, but we can.
we can debate that all night, dude.
Extra wise, I don't know.
Who is it?
Okay.
I worked all night on that cross.
Okay, and now we've got a hard top again.
Oh, Linda, it's your birthday. Put your head on. Keep rolling.
So when you bury Bonnie in coal, does it make it decompose faster?
Yeah, everybody knows that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I think it set the clothes on fire, and
Yes.
a lot of breast
That's
meat
the
on
part
that bird.
And the head decompose at a vastly slower rate.
Exactly.
Bye, Santa.
One more song. One more song.
Just a spoonful of sugar. Okay.
Hang your head.
Straight from the Three Stooges.
Oh, most definitely.
Gross.
This was like the movie
on his
in
keys?
high school. In high school, I'd always like show this to people, like when they would come over for movie night. It's like, let's watch Evil Dead 2. I haven't seen the first one. I'm like, that's okay.
Totally agree. It's been one of my top 5 films forever since I first saw it.
Hello, liver.
Could you imagine filming that scene? That woman had to have put her head between Bruce Campbell's legs for hours at a time while they're getting
Lucky
that shot.
girl.
I can imagine. Bubba Hotep.
Why isn't he sticking her head in the fucking fire? I'd be set. That's where I would have put it. I'm like, yeah. Ass, you clumsy bastard.
This is my favorite Buster Keaton film.
What's significant about that shot?
Come on.
Nobody? Am I the only one that knows? Come on. It's legendary.
It's the claw there.
Yeah, the Freddy Krueger glove above the,
Oh, right.
above the
Yes.
door.
And who plays Freddy Krueger?
Aha!
Vincent
Robert
Price.
Oh. Hello there, boys and girls. Don't go to bed. Okay.
What do you think? Was that 30 weight or 40 weight?
They used like black blood and green blood and stuff a lot in order to
Yeah.
get everything past the MPAA.
I was gonna say I'm not really seeing a chain on that saw.
Stop crying about it, okay?
I'm just saying. I just noticed. I haven't noticed it until now.
Someone
this
needs
is
to
probably
let
the
them know
highest-
before they get in theaters.
Highest resolution you've seen this in, probably. So
Oh, Christ.
I never noticed that was a chainsaw when I watched it on Laserdisc. Some great dramatic acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chainsaw is pretty good.
All right. Okay.
Oh, they got blood on the glove.
My skull.
Is that her saying that?
That was actually Jeff Spicoli, but you know what that is? That's my skull.
I'm so wasted.
that's what Ash is. I'm so fucked up. I'm wasted.
All this Caro syrup.
My blood sugar's through the fucking roof.
Dark cabin. There's the kitchen.
Think I'll make a sandwich.
Oh, big ass candle here. Next to the shotgun.
Sir, this is an open house. You can't just pick stuff up and toss it on the floor.
I want to rock.
Is that chair flirting with him?
Yeah.
maybe.
Man, it sounds like me recording a podcast.
It does. Oh.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Stopping
He
it.
loves that chair.
Yeah.
I've loved this chair.
But
I'll cut my girlfriend's head in half, but
I ain't
Yeah.
shooting this chair.
don't make me fucking do it.
I think you touched a food.
Craftsmanship.
okay. All right. I'm sorry.
No problem.
You win, chair.
Amish built, very sturdy.
Oh,
Amish
I am
built, very
lightheaded as-
sturdy.
he's still fucked up. He's really lightheaded as balls.
Here comes the blood. Here comes.
Uh-huh.
Oh! He wasn't ready.
Is that electrical tape for his eyebrows?
That's exactly what I was wondering. Everyone knows an evil man by his giant
Yeah.
eyebrows.
Normal eyebrows. Must be
Why
back to
I oughta.
Ah, you got me.
Oh no.
Oh no, Venom.
Beginning of the end.
He's got corona.
Trim your nails.
Sam.
What's that green shit on his shirt?
Deleted
I
scene.
think that's a little bit of continuity issue. Man, I have this fight with my hand every night.
Oh.
Is that when you're trying to do the sleeper?
Yeah.
Or it's the stranger. Sorry, it's the stranger.
I'd want to, if I had nails like that, I'd want to keep it away from anything, that was sensitive too.
Strangely, Joey also has a green substance all over his shirt.
What are you eating?
He heard certain fruits make it taste better. I don't know.
It's just ectoplasm. I go
This-
cross-eyed like Dan Aykroyd.
This like great value version of Roddy Piper is my least favorite character in the franchise.
We're important. You're stupid.
Let me turn on my lights here.
Are y'all a flock of seagulls? Oh,
well, shit, I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
Yes. My favorite character from the first film.
Yes, spittoon lady. Yes, 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 yes. Sucking on skull.
She's got the Canadian tuxedo on, I see. There is a pathway between your teeth.
Oh, smooth.
$100. Sure. Raise your hand if you sure. Everybody
Hey there,
everybody show your teeth or lack thereof.
See, it was like this scene where he fights with his hand that just cemented Bruce Campbell to me of being an awesome physical actor.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, great slapstick shit.
Right when I saw this, I said, "Get me this guy for Burn Notice."
This is where you get to see the flip. The
Check this out.
I like the flip. There we go.
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Yeah, dishes don't last long with ash either, you know. Those saltines are probably spoiled by now too, by the way. Oh,
Just kidding.
I mean, even
Oh,
just the
shit.
hand acting, you know, I think it's really impressive. He should have played the Thing in the Addams Family's movies.
You think there's someone off camera shoving the rest of his body up
I
with
would
him?
hope so.
Just
He has really strong
That's-
fingers.
the
That's
other
all.
Raimi brother with his hands on his butt.
And how Bruce is screaming in his head because he's going over all this broken glass all over the floor.
yeah.
Ah, fuck. Ouch.
That looks good.
I'll really hand it to you.
Critics.
Oh man, the scene's so good.
Oh man, come on. I got $50 on the hand. Come on. No.
That's what I call a hand job.
There we go.
Hey.
I don't think I could start a chainsaw with both of my working hands,
I,
let alone my teeth.
Oh shit.
Close encounters.
Oh, this means something.
Redneck
Sounds on.
Watergate.
Scully.
Guyver.
Mole. The Thin Man?
Thin
With the
Mints?
hat? I don't know that show.
Cigarette guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
shit.
Oh. Golly, Bob, howdy.
Like I can do physical comedy too.
Yeah.
I can slip a disc. No problem.
This is my favorite joke of the whole movie.
So
Hemingway
bad.
book.
Farewell to arms, get it?
Ba-dum-ching.
Little eyes.
And he patched his wound with duct tape and drapes. Gotta love it.
Dad can barely work duct tape with two hands.
It's true.
I don't think I've ever drawn my drapes in my house, actually.
More of a painter.
Yeah.
I knew it.
That's a Mike joke. Come on.
Sculptor.
You're better. You're better
Sorry,
than that.
Mike.
Take that one again.
All right.
Point to where it is, Bruce.
Come on.
What furniture's left to destroy?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about putting another hole in the wall.
Has anyone
There you
actually
go.
seen a mouse hole like on the ground like that from every Tom and Jerry cartoon ever?
I was thinking the
No.
same thing.
With
No,
the door
never.
I was gonna say, and if they're that goddamn big, I would. There's no way I'd be setting foot in that house.
I think I'd be more scared of the mice in that house than the Deadites.
Yep.
I was gonna say you could saddle one of them bastards compared to the size of the hole in the wall.
Ash versus the evil hand.
Versus the ear hair.
I love that scene. Like just the simple little things, like his ear perking up, is so funny.
Exactly.
Expert marksman. Uh-oh.
Oh no. That doesn't seem right.
He hit a paint can.
Yeah.
It's crazy they got away with the red.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
but
opened up that.
change colors.
It's my favorite
Opened
part
up
of
the house.
childhood, opening up those blood valves and just playing around in the street and all the blood.
Opened up
kidding.
the house's artery, apparently. Here comes my favorite part of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily this instant right here, but what follows it.
Father?
Did the
Pixar gone dark.
did Billy Big Mouth Bass owe Sam Raimi some money for this?
Take me to the river.
The only furniture in the house that's left is, available to laugh.
That lamp is the father of the Pixar lamp, actually.
Yeah.
This little up and down is awesome.
So ridiculous.
I love Evil Dead the musical because one of the things, if it's done right, one of the things that they do is like the scene where all the inanimate objects come to life, and I think that's just some great set direction there for a stage show.
That's how I answer the door, actually. Somebody knocks, I just open fire.
You're not even joking either.
Fuck you, go away. I'm laughing at my inanimate objects.
When someone tries to actually call me on my phone, I just shoot it. Fucking text me.
Well, I can't anymore. You shot your phone.
Land shark.
Oh, good. It was a Jehovah. They're fucking dead. I'll teach you.
My name's Lenny. Mice and men.
You accepted the Lord
Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks.
Savior.
Thanks for explaining your references. I appreciate it. The commentary to the commentary.
Yeah.
Down at the 5-yard line. Fuck you. I know.
How do you lose a fight on top?
Cheers. Cheers to the Foley guy. I mean, awesome. Oh, he's going to tickle him. He's going to tickle him. Oh, no. Damn it. Take his wallet. Take this goddamn flannel off. I'm meaning business now.
Now we're both in denim.
Did he hurt your denim, honey?
That should have been the name of this.
God.
Evil Denim.
Evil denim, too.
Scarf.
Oh, my God. That saw is bleeding.
You hurt my
What did you
inanimate
do to my
object.
You hurt my saw.
What did you do to my Husqvarna, you son of a bitch?
He is so sweaty the entire goddamn movie.
You think this was played by Joe Spinell?
They know nothing about him, but let's throw his corpse into the basement.
Well, there's fruit in there.
Oh. Ouch. Ouch.
God.
Jesus.
I mean, I'm sorry. By now, this poor man. Well, I mean, he's already amputated his hand, but he'd be fucking paralyzed by now.
Bruce Campbell shouldn't be able to stand at this point.
Yeah, he'd be fucking
like-
dead.
14 flights of stairs to get to the bottom of that basement.
He hit every single one of them on the way down. Then somehow landed on his face.
Why do country
That'd be
folk have to fetch things? You know, I mean, I'm gonna fetch a sheriff. I'm gonna fetch a pail of water.
Man, she lost her sweater.
She'll freeze to death.
How do we know she's smart if she doesn't have the sweater?
Well, she's got the Fred from Scooby Doo neckerchief still going on. I mean, that's got to count for
Clearly
something.
still the leader. Yeah.
Listen to this, gang.
Zoinks!
Product placement.
This Kandarian curse is brought to you by Panasonic.
Ed opened up his shirt. What?
Ed's open to a lot of things.
She took off her sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Or then
He's like, the redneck took off his flannel. My girlfriend took off her sweater. I should take off my shirt.
I'm loose too.
The other guy took off his hand. At least I could do.
That's a good scream.
Ted.
Ted.
Yeah.
Starring role.
Cellar.
Or Ted.
I heard an interview somewhere at some point. I mean, they've only talked about this movie like forever, but so I don't remember where. But like at the end of shooting, and Ted would take that outfit off. He would like take say one of the leg appliances and dump it upside down, and it would just pour out liquid sweat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So gross.
My hands are too sweaty. Yanks him up by his head. Is that a chimp?
Whoa. Yeah. Ooh.
I gotta clean that boot.
The Iron Claw.
This is when I knew I loved horror movies. This is the one scene coming up that I knew they were for me.
The fight with Henrietta.
When the door closes,
Oh,
and the eyeball
the
flies
eyeball.
out. Yeah, this is. It solidified everything about horror for me. This movie. I was all in at that point.
They always leave the door open like just enough so that someone can lift it up and creep you out.
Right? You could technically close it a lot tighter
Yeah,
than
you
that.
could tighten that shit up.
But I'm totally okay with it.
I want to hear this guy's war stories.
Yeah.
Those aren't his.
I think they would kind of pale in comparison as to what the fuck he's going through right now.
I think they're actually his girlfriends.
His hair is bleeding.
Yeah, right.
I think that ear piercing went a little wrong too.
Oh, it had to be a grueling shoot. Oh man. Months and covered in blood.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Oh, the neckerchief is on his head
Stylish.
now.
You got the loafers up.
Yeah.
Got that
Rambo
Rambo
style.
bandana thing going on.
A Long Island iced tea sitting there. Oh man, Grandma singing from the cellar. I remember the good old days.
I didn't like it then either.
I
I
was
was
never a
born this
baby.
age.
Remember that song that everybody always sang all the time forever?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, I remember that very specific thing about a day. It was snowing. Somebody stop me!
Oh fuck.
It is the
It's the villain.
it's the villain from the mask.
Just one kiss.
Yeah.
Life.
He's like the most nicely dressed Deadite ever.
Yes. Very, very debonair.
Feathered hair.
Mm. Nom, 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 nom. To show you to eat my woman's hair.
Hey.
Out of all things they could smash and all the things they have smashed, they chose to break a light bulb there.
And then change the lighting in the room. None.
They wanted it more intimate. They wanted to lower the light.
Oh fuck.
There's the green.
Our green.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Science.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I don't know. They got slime. You can't do that on television.
I remember being in high school and there's a Fango. I would cut up. I regret it, but I've cut up all my
Ooh.
Fangorias, and there was a still image of Evil Ed on the floor that's not in the movie. That's just shows his fucking head wound wide open, and
Is it
Oh,
from?
nice.
Is it with Evil Dead 2 on the cover?
it might be
Because I have that one signed by Bruce Campbell.
nice.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was like so proud bringing it to a signing. I'm like, have you seen this? He's like, only like 500 times. Here you go, kid.
Here you go, kid. I don't know things.
Tick. No talk.
Gnarly.
You hear that?
That's the Vince Vaughn version of Psycho playing in the other room.
It'd be awesome if this was like a Saved by the Bell moment and Ash is like, timeout.
Nope.
She's got some sweet cowboy boots. Turquoise tips there. Oh, there's a horseback riding.
Ooh.
Did they just put in like a sound effects CD right there? Just like, okay, hit play and then, you know.
Just edit to the sounds, whatever's going on. Just
Might be true.
show some wood or something.
Have a train and a helicopter going by too, you know.
The last door.
There's that bookshelf all fucked up somehow.
Well, they were looking for something to read. They got bored.
Yeah, we see. To the bathroom? Okay.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This was all filmed in like a gymnasium in like a high school, like in North Carolina or something like that. Like the setup was
I have
of the
no
cabin.
idea.
I know they use that as like home base or something, where all they got all the effects and stuff made.
I thought it was like during the summer.
Might have been
and-
both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was during the summer, and they could use the gymnasium, because it was big and big enough, and
Yeah.
for these interior shots, and they just built the cabin in there, and then
Why would you go in there? I mean, what is your motivation?
What possible outcome would be
Like,
worth
I'm not dying out here right now, the second, so I'm gonna stay here as I don't die.
I left my Swatch watch in here. I need to go get it.
well, he does need to have something to make his left hand stand out to take the focus off the right one.
Yeah.
If you don't have hands, do you wear a watch?
You wear a watch, then you have hands.
nice.
Well, unless you're Flavor Flav,
Oh.
Yeah,
That's not a
which
watch.
I am.
boy.
Yeah.
It's an aftershock, Get a lot of earthquakes in Michigan.
Hmm.
It's
Captain
King Crimson.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh.
Check out my band, Mayhem. We're playing in Norway.
This is a Burzum album.
Say it, don't spray it.
That's not your hand.
holding your hand.
That's not your hand. That's not my hand.
Smooth. Oh,
Hmm.
That's not the lantern. That's the bong.
Bobby Joe. Was that is Bobby Joe supposed to be his girl,
Yep.
not his
Probably-
like granddaughter?
Or his sister.
convince. It needs convincing.
Well, it could still be his sister.
Right.
The sad thing is he's
And
like
his
15.
Ah,
Just a rough 15.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these war stories. Something happened over there.
Oh.
Dark spirits, whatever. I've been to Nam.
The actor is Dan Hicks, and he's done a lot with Sam Raimi and the other related guys. If you know the film Intruder, he played the bad guy in that, and he also shows up in My Name Is Bruce, the really funny Bruce Campbell movie.
Look like the Mortal Kombat 2 tree.
a more subtle.
Don't mess
tree.
my boots. Don't mess my boots.
The trees love denim.
Yeah, they do.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh. The high fiber diet.
After this, she's gonna be Poison Ivy.
Ah.
That's the origin.
That's right. This reminds me of the bike scene in what is it?
5.
Yeah, Elm Street 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where like all the wires are going up in his arms and
Dream
shit.
Kid. You know.
That thing had hinges. Why didn't you just open it?
Or use your nubby to swipe away the fucking glass with your good hand.
Shit, even when he's not getting his ass kicked into the furniture, he's still breaking it. He's just like, fuck this thing, boom.
Same reason why the Deadite bust through the door instead of open it like the first door.
Papa Joe.
I was gonna sneeze.
It's a picture.
Professor. What's that mean?
That like
Yeah, sounds good.
Is that like jazzercise?
I can do that for you if you'd like. 1 and 2 and
Ooh,
Oh,
in the
now
flesh.
you got my attention.
Yeah.
Hubba hubba.
That an anus?
No.
Some of these colonoscopy pictures.
Zodiac cipher underneath it. It's the Zodiac speaking. Mhm. I know where the pointy mean end is. I got this pointed in the right direction.
All the noisy parts come out this end.
I'm gonna fetch me a toothbrush while I'm at it.
I'm smarter than I look. Okay. Give me those napkins. I'm sweaty as hell.
Done fucked up.
There was a fireplace right there, right?
Yeah.
Why is he all he's still squatting? Like, move. I gotta take a dump.
This gun's heavy.
The sun is inside that cabin.
That's why he's sweating, man. It's hot as a bastard in
We
there.
gotta get the hell out of here.
We're burning alive.
Might be a good idea.
On
You
for
got-
the Deadite. So nice.
You got green shit coming at your shirt. I'm hot as hell.
The weirdest Lollapalooza I've ever been to.
Oh.
I swear that's the sound of the movie, not me sitting in my chair.
That's the sound of Ash just walking, because that's what his bones would be doing right now. Crunch.
Hey.
How's it going?
Trail mix.
Oh,
Oh, yo. Oh, Red Rover. Okay, get out of the way.
this guy is screaming for a BJ.
Code words.
Oh no!
Get away, me bitch.
Is he worse than Franklin from Texas Chainsaw? Sally!
Sally! No, Franklin says it way more.
This guy doesn't
Think
have
we
a
have to
scene where he's sitting in a room by himself going.
Seems like the type, though.
Give him time. coming up. You're not Bobby Joe.
It's Gorilla Press. And Lon darted him into the
Lunch.
fucking.
Dead. Instant death. Remember having a spine?
For our annual bingo night.
I want you for the Deadite.
Huh?
Annie.
Did he say cut?
Did he just say that
my
was his,
trailer?
I think he just said Annie was his favorite musical. Annie.
How should I hold this knife?
And the blade that does actually nothing in any of the movies.
Looks cool.
Does look like that should be on the mantle. Why is Ash the only one that gets to come back from being a Deadite?
Because he's the chosen one.
Oh, right. Okay. That explains it.
It was prophecy
Yes.
side.
Ah.
Prophecies.
And one.
Easy
and
for
two,
you
and
to
one,
say.
and
Preface? It's in the preface of this movie.
Right.
Oh, they actually built a bathroom this time and didn't have, like, yellow, sheets of paper stapled.
Right. It was a tarp in the first one.
A tarp, yeah. Oh my god, a doorknob. Stab the doorknob. Show it who's boss.
do it.
Do it now. Put that cookie down.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucked up.
Take that.
Bobby Joe.
Oh. Oh, did you feel the rubber rub against the door there?
Gross blood.
You're saying no. How do you think he feels? You're messing up my hair. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Because Bruce can't see anything is why he's acting that
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Hey-ya!
I turned too slow.
Oh. Yeah. That poor guy. Hmm.
Yeah,
I just had these shined.
Fuck this door.
I'm a Deadite. Fuck these doors.
Have you heard the good word?
All must be over.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for coming to Evil Dead 2.
So keep grabbing it. Good. That's really good.
Get me in the other room. That's what she said.
Oh.
Oh.
It only went through about 9 inches.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I wonder why.
You can't drag me for shit.
Come on, train. How are you ever going to win that bobsled race?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm delusional.
Mm. You just lay here and I'm going to hit you in the head with an axe. It'll all be over soon.
Okay.
She ripped her best khaki shorts.
Oh, man. That's...
You hate to see it happen.
Right. He wasn't fine over there by the door. Let's move him over by the cellar. Lunch. Ow, ow.
I love how nothing can get out of there, but he can fit in.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. Really good point.
Henrietta's going to clean his teeth.
Have you seen Bobby
See?
Joe?
His gums are bleeding a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
A little plaque problem.
So much blood.
Have you been flossing? All right, gargle, and you can spit.
And the
fuck.
floor is soaked in Rockstar Fruit Punch. He likes lifting and throwing as a Deadite Ash does. Which is odd because he only has one hand.
Yeah, had a hairball or something.
You're looking pretty good in them shorts there, girlie. In that pastel top.
This is what we call reverse necrophilia.
I've been dead a long time, darling. Oh, I can see my dick now. I haven't seen it in so long.
Oh yeah, it's called a magnifying glass.
Oh, sterling
Yeah, that's
silver.
it.
Sterling silver, my only weakness.
I don't have the receipt to return this.
I love this piece so much. It's so beautiful.
My precious.
Oh man, Antiques Roadshow is like stressful this week.
Ugh.
Let me ask you something.
Oh.
You know how much this axe is worth? Put it down. Stop it.
Shot. Okay. I said.
Giving her the people's eyebrow.
I'm all right.
Smell what the ash is cooking. You're all right.
Know your ash.
Me, Ash.
You, Jane.
Guess we're fucked.
We better get the fuck out of here
I
then.
think they're talking about their production assistants.
Oh.
We need those pages.
I've already wiped my ass with these napkins.
Oh, some Raimi style. Here it comes.
Here's the
Yeah,
fucking
this is
rat
good
that made
scene.
those holes in the wall.
Nothing sounds
Yeah.
like any of
That
this.
classic sound of it. Screw.
So why did he have to put the blade back in the chainsaw? It was already there.
Whoa.
Wait for it.
Had to get one that could cut a fucking shotgun. Perfectly symmetrical, too.
Not yet.
Gravy.
Nope, he said it wrong.
Breezy. Gray Skull. God damn it.
Oh shit.
Goofy.
Lord of the Rings.
Gutenberg. God fuck.
Samson.
Cut. Take number 87.
God.
Are we getting to the root of the problem?
Oh.
Oh God.
Maybe just unchain the door. What the fuck is with this guy? He's got to be so destructive.
If your hand was a chainsaw, you would be doing this shit.
Yeah. You need those pickles opened?
No more opening doors.
This hot dog bun isn't sliced. No problem.
I guess you just
Let me hold your baby. Sorry. Baby. Oh, we got one right here.
Well, that was easy.
First page
Yeah,
collected.
It's just a chapter list. Jesus Christ. And there's
This
our
is-
claw.
There's another glove.
This is a takeout menu, damn it.
See, now, why didn't he just saw the door open? Doing it to piss me off.
Old habit.
Yep.
I'm surrounded by gourds. Christ, this is dangerous.
I almost said it was a gorgeous shot.
Oh,
But I
that'd have
didn't.
been awesome.
Ching.
Oh, he gets a badunching. And when I say root of the problem, I go, ah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he's doing good. I forgot he got, most of them.
How far did he throw those
I
pages
know.
down there? Had a good swing.
We had a basement sort of like this at an old house we rented.
Someone's in my dark room. I'm developing photos. Close the
Oh, my
fucking fridge.
pictures. Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, there's just enough empty frame, and they go the other way.
Well, take his dog tags.
There's
you're gonna
Scully.
Scully.
You're gonna need-
But they never addressed the problem from the first one that a cabin has a basement.
Yeah.
They stuck with it. With plumbing.
All this plumbing
Yeah, right.
in the middle of the woods.
Middle of the
Yeah, they're
woods.
gonna be definitely off the grid.
Turns out they have like neighbors like 5 yards away. We just never noticed.
What a gorgeous shot. No? Still
You don't get a second chance.
Okay, just check. See ya.
Nice catch. I'm throwing
All right,
All of them.
paper.
I'm gonna go back to school and translate these where I should have done it.
Oh, Henrietta. Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
Donk. That was a sped up shot.
I love
How
that
about-
style. Like he does that
Yeah.
so perfectly.
Gasaratos, jalapenos, rancheros.
How many times are they going to break these steps?
Right.
He keeps fixing them. They keep breaking them.
I wonder Henrietta's pissed.
Really can't get out of the basement.
Did anybody actually see any fruit in that cellar? Like nothing canned?
Just the gourds.
Are gourds a fruit?
It's gone bad.
Oh, we don't
Yeah,
need
you
to
can-
see the crotch.
Yeah, so you can see the suit
red
just coming
red.
apart.
Yeah, the tear.
Come on, Ash. With your
Look at that bicep.
like so funny.
I say this is kind of like the start of the shit talking Ash that we start to see and know and grow to love. I think right where he says kind of "let's go" and
Right. Grow some balls.
yeah,
It's interesting though, right?
she's doing like the Hulk Hogan hulking up.
Three movies, and we're at the the third act here, and he just now starts to become like the
icon we know.
icon we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like towards the end of the second movie out of 3 films, and he's synonymous for that.
Yeah.
Scream monkey.
I love this song.
Bottom girls make the world go round.
Because that's how gravity works.
This is my favorite sound effect of the movie.
Oh,
So
so
dumb.
dumb.
No, it's awesome.
It's dumb.
That's hilarious.
I love it. Whoa, that's kind of
Oh, it's
dirty.
a multivitamin.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Yeah.
It's one of those pyrotechnic vitamins.
My
are you
hand is
laughing
stuck to my forehead.
I wanted to do that ever since she started singing that song. Thank you. It's okay. Let me rub this green shit all over your face. It's been on my shirt this whole
What do you say we get out of here? Oh,
Oh. I do love that miniature work there.
It's
That
good looking
shot's
miniature work,
awesome.
yeah.
Take that over the stop motion. Sorry.
Stop motion's not terrible. Just
Right.
I'm gonna say it. Sam has never really been good at the composite shot stuff. That's really apparent in Army of Darkness.
Yeah. I assume it's half of its budget, though.
Oh, sure.
He's just doing what he can.
And I mean, I'll still take it over
Oh, yeah.
bad CGI. Don't worry, those trees' bark is worse than their bite.
No. You made them all leave, Mike. They're all gone.
well, it's been fun.
Turned his ass into the Green Lantern.
Yeah. I was thinking Mr. Fantastic, but
Reed Richards, Hal Jordan. Yeah, whatever.
same thing.
That's not how you say
Gotta hurt.
it.
That's not the correct pronunciation, lady. God.
Gonna leave a mark. Yeah, just jump into the hand, Ash. Way to go.
This tree's my ticket out of here.
How do you feel about them getting to see what the evil is?
Will the circle be unbroken?
Nom nom nom.
I mean, it's a cool looking monster, but yeah, they probably should have never have done it because your mind's eye makes things way cooler than what they can actually.
Evil hungry.
I don't mind the head part. Well, the hands are kind of silly.
Oh, you don't like the tree hands?
It's okay. I just don't like the skewing of the film stuff. But I know they're trying to hide what they can. Is I assume why, but
I mean, a lot of similarities, a few similarities, because that looks like the Freddy penis head from Nightmare 3. A little bit, little reminiscent of it,
thought we were watching the end of Monster Squad there for a second.
Bogus.
Give me the Necronomicon, you bitch.
Crossover, yes. They should splice these two endings together.
That could be a fun
would be a
little
mashup.
fan edit. That'd be funny.
Yeah, but that table so heavy.
Stretch. Oh.
Because everything holds together so well in this cabin. That one little frail piece of wood's gonna hold you. As long as the
Evil-
Delta went with him, we're good.
Yeah. Evil gets hungry, guys.
He went to a disco. Oh.
Yeah, I'm tripping balls right now.
You must be going at light speed.
When this warp hits 88 miles per hour, serious shit.
Marty!
Great Scott.
I also love how there's a sidewalk there in Medieval Times.
When they invented it. Come on.
He's doing ash face.
Oh. Figuratively and literally. He's so funny.
Okay,
I knew it was coming.
what?
Which ending you prefer?
Damn it!
I knew it was coming.
Is that Friar
And the
Tuck?
answer is this one.
So the ending of Army of Darkness has two different endings. Which ending does everybody prefer?
I know the theatrical ending better, so I probably prefer that.
The
S-Smart.
Yeah, where he,
but
Where he goes, yeah.
Yeah, I
when he
definitely
wakes up
prefer the
in
S-Smart.
like the post-apocalyptic wasteland, that's like the other ending, right?
Mhm.
Two downer.
I gotta admit that poses like a really cool question, though. I think.
I like the post-apocalyptic
Can't say it, but he likes it.
the end of the world ending better, because one, it's a nice cliffhanger ending like this one did,
That's Sam.
and that's
That looks
Sam.
like
Yeah, that's Sam
Sam.
right
I was
there.
gonna say, it looked like
But I also like it too because I feel like that's something Ash would have done.
Oh,
He
I-
would have
oh,
fucked
yeah.
up enough to end up in the far distant future where everybody's dead. And then that's kind of how they ended Ash versus Evil Dead. He ended up in
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
they kind of went with the
apocalyptic
weirdest ending possible for that too.
right.
Yeah.
Which was so good, Ash versus Evil Dead.
yeah,
Gosh,
great.
oh
show.
my gosh, what a great show.
Wow.
Just a great series overall. The movies, series, just the comics. I mean, they're even fun too. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I wish they would have done the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash movie because the comic to that is like
good.
is perfect.
Yeah.
It like does an amazing job of using all these little details from all three franchises to make all three of them work together in one story.
Yeah, and then like the Monica Keena character from Freddy vs. Jason, she gets killed like instantly, like right away.
Yeah. Well, and then and obviously, the obvious things like the fact that Necronomicon is in Jason's mother's house in Jason
Go
Goes
to Hell.
So they use that as like the plot point of the whole comic where they have to go and get to Necronomicon from the Voorhees house.
Well, yeah, and then you've got like just using the Easter eggs from this movie alone. You've got like the claw hanging in the cellar,
Yep.
stuff like that. And
That's
of course,
true, yeah.
that was just like a tit for tat between Craven and Raimi. But I mean, you could still use that, just for the mythos.
Yeah, and as much as I love all three franchises and they're all their own separate mythologies, I kind of like the idea of, I think it's the best explanation possible for me as far as like, how does Jason keep coming back as this like undead killing machine? And the fact that he is reincarnated through the Necronomicon. He's like he's basically a deadite.
Yeah.
And same thing with Freddy, and that's where he's getting his powers from too, is because of the Necronomicon. Yeah, so that's Evil
Nicely
Dead too. What?
woven together.
Yeah. So that's Evil
Yes.
Dead 2, everybody.
Yes, thank you for whoever recommended this. This was fun.
Stefan.
Yep, it was Stefan, his
to
Patreon
go.
pick. Yeah. So Robert Tappert, I didn't know this till not too long ago as well. Do you guys know he's married to Lucy Lawless?
Yes.
That makes sense in the history of them two and
The history of that whole
clan.
Yeah, exactly. With all those shows were produced by like Xena, Hercules, Jack of Spades. All those shows were produced by, the Tappert Sam Raimi production company. All shot in New Zealand, which is also where Ash vs. Evil Dead was shot.
I know that. Wasn't Tappert also involved in producing the Spartacus series as well?
Oh, I'm not familiar with the Spartacus series, so it might
well, yeah. Well, basically, it's pretty good. I mean, if you just like watching people who like to just stab each other and fuck, I mean, and in no
that was
no
the
particular
title,
order.
but-
Yes, Spartacus, stabbing and fucking. But yeah, and in no particular order. It's actually a really good show, but yeah.
Awesome. So that was Evil Dead 2, but we still have a little bit more show to go, guys. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come, you're going to hear a little bit about the Prescribed Films Podcast Network again. So make sure to check it out at thepfpn.com. When we come back, we'll be doing some shout outs. So we'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
And we are back. I got a question for you guys. We've referenced it a few times during the movie about the whole Freddy Krueger glove thing. I feel like everybody probably knows that story by now, but should I still tell that story for those who maybe don't that's listening?
If you do make it fast.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so when Sam Raimi made the first Evil Dead movie, when they go in the basement, there is a half-ripped poster of The Hills Have Eyes, and it was Sam Raimi's statement of saying, okay, wait, no, it backs up a little bit further. I'm sorry, I'm already fucking it up. So it starts with The Hills Have Eyes. There's a scene in The Hills Have Eyes. Inside the camper, there is a Jaws poster, and when the mutant family invades the camper and everything goes to hell, the poster gets ripped in half, and Sam Raimi took that as saying, well, you think Jaws was scary? That's nothing compared to Hills Have Eyes. So when Sam Raimi made Evil Dead, he put the ripped Hills Have Eyes poster in the basement and saying that, well, if you think Hills Have Eyes was scary, it has nothing on Evil Dead. And so that became like an inside joke between Wes and Sam for a while, because when Wes Craven made A Nightmare on Elm Street, the scene with Johnny Depp laying in bed, I think it was that scene. Anyway, on the TV, Evil Dead is playing. Wes Craven saying, well, think Evil Dead's scary, that's nothing compared to Nightmare on Elm Street. So then when he made Evil Dead 2, that's why the Freddy Krueger glove is in the cabin. And I remember reading some old issues of Fangoria magazine back in the day, and there was this whole fun little article, this little thing going on amongst the Fangoria fans at the time, was like, who stole Freddy's glove? This whole controversy of who stole Freddy's glove, and then it became this whole thing of like, it ended up in Evil Dead 2. I was always bummed that it ended there. I was kind of hoping that it would continue after that, but it never really did. But that's the story. So anyway, that's that. I didn't want anybody out there to be like, what are you talking about? So I just want to make sure everybody was on the same page. Anyway, it's shout-outs time. So here we go. So some shout-outs.
It's time for Shoutouts! 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 Shoutouts!
Okay, we're going to start over on Instagram. You can follow us at Attack of the Killer Podcast. We got We asked the question of all the versions of the Evil Dead series and sequels, what's your favorite moment or scene from them? And
Nice.
Joe from Late Night Psychorama, yes, awesome show on the PFPN. He says, in one, Cheryl's reveal while calling out the cards still ices my blood a little, despite having seen it a bazillion times.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
That's a great scene. I'm on our Facebook page. Pete Cardinal Cox posts the link to Elvis Dead stage show, film with Elvis songs.
What?
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what that's about. It looks Evil Deadish, but with Elvis Dead.
Huh.
Have to check into that. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, Pete. In our Facebook group edition, the group we have over there, we got Brian J. Godsill. Attacker Brian says, Army of Darkness, the good Ash versus bad Ash scene. So
You're good, Ash, and I'm evil, Ash.
and then we got
You're goody little two shoes.
our newest attacker Andrew Moeller. He says Ash's fight with the Necronomicon in Army of Darkness and the tongue-splitting scene in the 2013 Evil Dead always makes me cringe.
Oh yeah,
Right, that's fucking.
There's a
badass.
lot of really awesome cringy gore in that remake. I liked the
Me too. I'm dying to
the
watch
remake.
it again.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I don't know if it's true or not, but there was I read an article online not too long ago. So there's the problem right there, right?
That you can read.
that said that talked about how like there was an idea going around. Basically, what I was hoping and thought it was going to go like after the remake came out, that they were planning a movie where Ash meets up with the survivor girl from the remake. So. And I was like, yeah, when I saw the remake, especially with that little tease right there at the end with Ash saying groovy at the end of the credits, I was like, oh, they could easily go in this direction, but never happened.
Awesome. We got our pal Brian Clark. He says, Ash fighting his own hand in Evil Dead 2, one of the greatest pieces of physical comedy in film history. Often imitated, but never topped. I think Bruce Campbell's smug, schlubby charisma is what most people focus on and often forget how astonishingly talented he is. So much more than one-liners coming from a chiseled jaw. Then we got, good point. You're absolutely right, Brian. We got Nick Leadham. He says, the fight with his hand in 2 is hard to top. Agreed. Otherwise, the scene where he snaps and starts laughing with the cabin, then shoots Bobby Joe and yells, I made a mistake, as they drag him off. Runner-up would be his trapped in a cadaver butt in the series. Oh, my God.
God.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my God. I can't believe that made it on TV.
That was season 2, right?
I think
oh,
so.
my goodness.
Mhm.
Yes,
Not the butt. Not the butt.
Then we got Peter Parker. He's our attacker. He says, there are just too many great moments, so I have to go full Insane Mike mode on this one.
What's that mean?
So here are my top 10 favorite moments or scenes throughout the Evil Dead franchise.
You guys say in a minute.
Number 10, guy in background tries to open the second door of the plane, but fails throughout the scene. Evil Dead 2. From the remake, number 9, Olivia, who is scared to death when the evil forces take control of her body, pees herself. From Evil Dead 2, number 8, Ash is so scared he screams without a sound. From the original, number 7, pen to the ankle. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
That's rough.
Oh, yeah.
From part 2, number 6, Ash lops his hand off with the chainsaw. From part 2 and Army of Darkness, number 5, Ash assembles his battle gear montage ending with him saying groovy. Classic. From the remake, number 4, box cutter through tongue. From part 2, number 3, Ash battling his possessed hand while still attached and after it's lopped off. From the original, number 2, Cheryl predicting the cards, turns around and reveals her deadite face. And number 1, my all-time favorite moment or scene from the Evil Dead franchise, Ash jumps to connect to his chainsaw midair, lands, and goes into battle pose from Army of Darkness. And he's not done. Ash quotes, "You bastard! Why are you torturing me like that? Why?" Natalie loses her arm that was barely attached to her body anymore. In the remake, Ash battling multiple dolls in the store. from the pilot. Everything happening to Eric, needle in the eye, multiple nails, and split by crowbar, etc. And
So
minute.
I think it was maybe longer than
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure it was.
It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
That's right. What were we going to say?
I could have done that in a minute. Maybe I will do it.
What
Maybe
were you
I'll
gonna-
do Peter Parker's list in
what
a
were you gonna
future
say?
episode.
What are you going to say? Is that it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. We got up next. We got Tim Lennerer. He's on a podcast on the network too. He's cool.
Yep. Tim's awesome.
Yep. In addition to all the great stuff other people already mentioned, the pit fight in Army of Darkness, all the crazy camera work you could hope for. Ash demonstrating why he's the one to turn to when Deadite insanity breaks out. Tactical groin punching and the fantastic shot of Ash's stump fitting into the chainsaw, which is the signal from the filmmakers that the good part is about to start now. Then we got Trevor Mickelhen. He says the entirety of Evil Dead 2. That's good. That's a good point. Can't argue. I also love the scene where in Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2, Episode 2, when the cadavers in the morgue come to life and Ash gets pulled headfirst up one of the corpse's ass. Not the butt. And then Tim Lennerer comes back in, Fiasco Brothers. He says, in the pilot episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead, there's one of those POV shots going through the parking lot and it goes under a parked SUV. Nice to see Sam Raimi still thinking of new pyrotechnics for his camera crew to carry out. Agreed. And we had nothing on Twitter. And as of this point, there are no voicemails. But remember, you can always call in, leave a voicemail at 415-952-6857 or 415-95-AOTKP. Leave us your comments. We'll play it on the show. Thank you so much. And that's shout outs.
All right. Thanks, Jason, for some shout outs. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
And that concludes this episode of Attack of the Killer podcast. I want to thank our very special guests from the Lunch Break podcast, Landon and
Yes,
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Dudes. Thank you.
You need to be on all of our commentary episodes, I think.
Let's
we're
make
not
it a
doing
regular
anything.
thing. Yeah.
Oh. What's new for your show? What's coming up?
What do we got? Well, we're recording an episode tonight, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
wow.
Sorry about that.
We don't really like to plan any. No, that's what we like.
Uh-huh.
As you might have heard from our 1 or 2 a.m. Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we do a couple of movies. If people that listen to this like their horror movies, we've done a few review episodes, like for Us or for It Chapter 2, or we've done a few Halloween episodes. So those are ones you can go back and check out, and then hear whatever bullshit we come up with next.
Yes, we thrive in the wee hours of day. So, and yes, we're rounding out the month of the song that Joey mentioned earlier, where we have challenged each other to write a comedy song every week, and it has been something.
Yes. Not a lie.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys, for being on.
Thank you.
And yeah, you bet. And thanks to everybody out there listening. And again, thanks to the Patreon supporters, the attackers. And until next time, we'll talk to you again soon here on Attack of the Killer podcast.
Oh no, could this be the end of? Attack of the Killer podcast. 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 It's the end of the show. See you next time.
Oh my gosh. That was a good episode. Am I right, guys? I know.
Woo!
I know what you're
That's
thinking.
pretty good.
You want to help support the show. You're like, how can I become an official attacker? How can I be part of this special community? Well, it's easy. You just go to jointheattackers.com, sign up, and boom, with your boomstick, you are part of the greatest horror community in the world. Jointheattackers.com and become an attacker today.